Hi guys, it's Sherry from Tranquility Soul Spa again. I just wanted to, today I wanted to spend a little bit of time and just kind of tell you a little bit about me. I know it's all on my web page and what have you, but let's talk about me. Let's talk about some of the things that I went through that kind of created the person that I am now and really gave me the feeling that I needed to do this, to become a life coach. So I was in a fairly unhappy marriage. My now ex-husband was not happy himself, and that caused some strains in our marriage, and caused me to really doubt myself and to doubt my worth, which obviously that's a death spiral. Once you're both in a bad place, then you both kind of cycle further and further down the rabbit hole, and there's really no good ending to that, I don't think. But we are both in a very good place now, so it worked out. I actually decided to make some changes in my life when I don't even remember the name of the book now, but I got a book out of the library because I'm a huge reader, and I believe that most of the answers to my problems are in books, for better or for worse. Uh, so I got a book out of the library. I don't even remember what it was called now. It was something about relationships and how to fix them and that kind of stuff. But the takeaway from me was that the author was really saying, you can't fix the other person, you have to fix yourself. You have to pay attention to the things that you need and stand up for your needs and be clear with them. And then either the relationship will work or it won't. But that's not something that you really get to pick, is whether the other person wants to do that work. All you can do is work on yourself. And that really resonated with me because I had been trying for so many years to make things work, to change him, to make him better, so that he would want to be in the relationship, so that he would want to engage in the relationship in a way that actually made sense to me, in a way that actually was any kind of engagement whatsoever, really. But so when I started doing that, I really got clear about what I wanted and what I needed, and I laid it all out, and he said, yeah, I can't. I mean, he tried a little bit, but it wasn't nearly enough for what I needed, and so, it happens. Um, but I was growing in my self-confidence, I was growing in my abilities, in everything that I needed in order to be the best me that I could be for my son and for myself. And I was reading books, and I was doing therapy, and I was doing websites, like reading websites and articles, and just, I was like a sponge, everything that I could about relationships and about self-improvement and kind of all of it. And I really feel like it was kind of a turning point in my life. I was starting to become a lot more confident, a lot more self-aware. I was learning things about myself that I had never really turned over the rocks and looked at before. It was scary, but it was also really, really good. So as part of that, I was, in this fabulous place in my life. Things were coming along. I had made a bunch of changes, and obviously, I had separated from my husband at that point, and then I got sick. And it wasn't that, it wasn't anything to do with me. It was just genetically, I didn't win the lottery, and boom, a hereditary disease hit me that it unfortunately hits a lot of the people on my dad's side of the family, and it was my turn. So I got Meniere's disease, which is horrible, crippling vertigo attacks. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I can just be perfectly fine and then boom, fall over and be unable to move for 3 to 6 hours without puking. Or I have lots of days where I just really feel quite off and quite dizzy and unsteady, and I have to stick pretty close to the couch because that's kind of my comfort zone when I'm not feeling well. I kind of walk like a drunk, and I stagger a little bit, and I tend to go to the right. So, I'm walking along to the right, and then I correct course, and then I'm walking along to the right, and then I correct. It's kind of funny to watch, but yeah. So that was kind of, it was another scary moment for me. It really took everything that I had learned to stay calm and stay positive when all of this was going on in my world. I was devastated. I lost my career. I was a commercial property manager for years, and I couldn't do it anymore. I can't drive. I'm not supposed to drive. I can drive short distances, but most of my day was spent in the car, and I can't do that now. And so it's really been a struggle. There's not a lot of employers that are willing to employ someone who can only work a couple hours a day, and maybe not even that, depending on the day. If it's a day where she needs to be on the couch, then she can't come in at all. And she may not be able to call you and tell you she can't come in. So I had to find something else that I could do that meant something to me. It kind of made me feel like, okay, this is the universe's way of telling me that my career that I had, that I loved, was good, but there was more in store for me. There was something else that I needed to do. And what was that something? Well, I've always been fascinated by psychology and kind of a lot of the ideas of life coaching and that kind of stuff. I've always followed it. I've always been quite curious about it. So it made sense to transition into that. And I do a little bit of Reiki and a little bit of guided meditation. I also know how to do hypnosis. So I've got a lot of different skills that I can use to kind of help other people, to help other women, because I don't really like working with men terribly much. I don't mind it, but I like women better. We're a tribe. We get each other. We understand each other a little more. So in order to help them get to where I am, or maybe even further, you never know, right? To help, because I had so much stress and anxiety in my life for so long. At my worst point, my hair was falling out. I have really thick hair. And at my worst point that last summer, I must have burned my scalp 4 times because my hair was so thin that my scalp showed. Look at that. That's a lot of friggin' hair. And it was so thin, there was so little of it that you could see my scalp. And not just see my scalp, but it was actually like bad. And I'm not there anymore. I'm never going back. I have found the keys, and now that I've found the keys, I want to shout it to the universe. This is how to fix it. These are the things you need to do. This is the mindset you need. This is the clarity that you need. This is the way that you need to talk to yourself. These are the tools that you need to use when you feel like you're sliding down the whole hill again. So if you find yourself in the hole, come find me, and I'll push you out. I know how. Okay? We will talk to you guys later. Take care. Love y'all. Bye.